All right, everybody. Real quick update, man. I want to talk about this 50 Cent and T.I. thing because if you don't know, T.I. has released another song, and this one called Bully. T.I. is doing what T.I. is supposed to do as a hip hop artist, and I think 50 is just taking that approach of I'm too busy for this. I'm making too much money for this. I'm just not paying attention to you rapping. Like 50 Cent is gonna talk his shit, but he just not gonna rap about it, man. Listen, the man has the right to do whatever he wants to do. Do we have to respect it? Hell nah. I don't, because I feel like this is something you should do. You got somebody that's challenging you in the rap game, a game that you came up in, that afforded you the lifestyle that you are actually like bragging about right now. But hey, listen, man, I ain't here to tell nobody what to do with their time. But what I will say is that I think 50 should respond, but more than likely he will not respond. But T.I. dropped the song What Bully, and that is his third shot at 50 Cent.
Well, I remember you loaded Matt, little homie. Turn special agent, informant, detective. Increase the payment, make your antics more effective.
And it says here, 50 is staying silent though, is Tip yelling at a ghost. Now, here's the thing I want to say, man. I think at the end of the day, we can't look at this as Tip yelling at a ghost. What I do see is Tip defending his shit and demanding his respect. I think T.I. will be respected coming from this, and I think people will look at 50 Cent a different way because 50 Cent is literally running away from a challenge, and I feel like he's using the money and the things that he got going on to say I don't got time for it. And listen, that's all good, man. I just don't think that people are going to respect it, and I think it's time that 50 Cent fans, people who are fans of 50, be honest with themselves and just admit that this looks a little bit crazy. Listen, I grew up a fan of 50 Cent, the G-Unit era, all that shit. I was there, bro. I was listening to this shit. I was a huge fan of G-Unit. They had a time that I have not seen duplicated ever again. They had an era where the rumor was always, is this person going to sign the G-Unit? Is that person going to sign the G-Unit? They would do a collab with somebody and then you would think they was on G-Unit. G-Unit was the hype. I think fans just need to be honest, man. I could say that I was a fan of that whole era. I could say that I was a fan of 50 Cent, but I could look at this and say, this shit look crazy, bro. The fact that you're not responding after we've watched you respond to even less is just crazy to me, man. But again, maybe that's a bracket I don't understand because I don't have that kind of money, so I don't know what that's like. That's disrespectful to the game that you came up in. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I feel like that's what would kind of stop me from having that approach, is that if I'm competitive in this rap shit, like I'm not letting nobody come for me and I don't say shit. So I think fans just need to be honest with themselves, man. I think there's a lot of 50 Cent fans out there that's making excuses. A lot of 50 Cent fans out there that's trying to justify him ducking T.I. and I don't see the logic there, man. But this is the track What Bully, and there's a couple notable things that T.I. said in it.
Man, I ain't got time to go to prison around here messing with you. Out there deflected for perspective, I expect you to do. To say the least, this nigga character questionable. He do the shit you have to go and get detected to do. Might go to making us some cases just for post shit. It'd be a small price to pay for me exposing a bitch. Get pop dropped off at the bayou, bro. I meant punched in the mouth. How you thought? Police did your rap, man. I'm all talk.
Now, the thing I think that's making 50 Cent look bad in this thing is King, right? King is out here out here relentless on this nigga, man. King is just saying all types of shit to this man. Like, he not having it, bro. And I think that's what's making this situation look crazy and having people look at 50 like, bro, like, this little jit killing you right now, man. So I think that's what makes this whole thing embarrassing. But also, if you're 50 Cent, how do you respond to somebody like King? You know what I'm saying? But 50 Cent is gonna play the I got money game, and that's how he gonna move with shit, man. And you can see that in his post, right? So this is his latest Instagram post, right? And obviously, he's on a plane, he's jumping onto a private plane. I'm out of here. You guys hurt my feelings. And obviously that's a play on him, I'm out of here, and him being out of here is jumping on a private plane, a private jet. And, it's always going to be the money flex. It's always going to be, I don't got time to talk. But, him and T.I. ain't that different in terms of success. I mean, obviously 50 got the film going on. He got the movies. He got all these other ventures. So maybe they might be different in the sense of how much money they have or how much success they got. But at the end of the day, they're both successful. And this comment right here said, we grew up in a a get rich or die trying, that era meant something. 50 was hunger, focus, survival instinct. That was chess, not memes. That was bars, not AI edits of someone's wife. When a man calls you to compete for the culture and the response is trolling his family, that ain't strategic, that's emotional, and emotional ain't player. Hey, keep talking. That down south, we laughing at that energy, not because it's funny, because it feels small. We built on verses, not viral shade. If it's smoke, keep it musical. Don't poke the bear, then delete the post when the bear speaks back.
As do I.
That's not legacy behavior. Hey, boy talking. It said this could have been two icons celebrating a culture that fed them both, a moment for the fans. Instead, it feel like pride fighting reflection. And sometimes when a man swings low, it ain't about the other man, it's about something unresolved inside himself. Competition is healthy. Mockery of a man's household ain't. We respect the hunger, we just don't respect the antics. Culture over clout, always. Hey, I gotta say that I agree with that. Grew up on that get rich or die trying, era. And he's right when he said that 50, it was about hunger for him. It was about survival. Like, we talking about a man that survived getting shot 9 times, came back, when people tried to keep him out of the game, made his way through and became one of the biggest things in the industry at that moment and had one of the biggest waves we ever seen. So, that right there is what made a lot of people respect 50 and who he was. And we already respected 50 and his business acumen. He's out here doing shit that nobody could possibly believe he could do coming from Southside. So for him to basically be kind of like that at the ends of his rap career, backing down from something like this, and I do respect the part where they said this could have been a battle where it was two icons reflecting on their catalog and having a competition. That's what a versus is about. A versus is about getting your catalog and that person's catalog, putting it against each other. But ultimately what it's saying is that we respect these two catalogs so much that we can put them against each other and see how they perform. But the reason why you go versus someone is because you respect that person's catalog. So it's not to say that 50's catalog is trash and this is why T.I. wanted to go through the verses. And the same thing on 50's side. If he even considered the verses with T.I. is because they respect each other's catalog and they deem each other worthy opponents. So this is why they did what they did. But, I understand T.I. feeling some type of way from 50 Cent basically ducking him. And he said that 50 Cent and him agreed. They agreed that they was going to do the verses and T.I. was going to jump out there, do his little video where he's saying, I challenge your catalog. Whatever, your catalog ain't this, I'll watch you in the verses, the WWE part of this shit. And once they did that shit, 50 was supposed to come back with his shit. And he said 50 went ghost. So, hey, I feel him if he mad at that. That is actually something to be mad at. But this is what 50 is doing, man. He's just resorting to posting. And people are saying he's so unserious. He playing chess, not checkers. Y'all can't believe his feelings hurt. He don't care at all. He living rent-free in a bunch of people's heads. And when I see comments like that, man, I just see people who, to me, I just feel like y'all just responding as fans. And I get it. Sometimes people can't get past the fandom, right? They can't get past that they grew up on 50 Cent and they make excuses for him. There's a lot of excuses being made. And here's 50 Cent's response, right? After the second diss, right? So 50 Cent said this, right? And this is why people are like, this shit kind of crazy, So 50 Cent reacts to T.I.'s recent diss track towards him. And he goes on to say, this award goes to old rappers still trying to battle rap. ChatGPT told me that. I don't need to rap. You need me to rap. LOL, get the fuck off my page. And I feel like when you do something like this, it's him trying to make people believe that it's corny for T.I. to rap. And I would hope that people who still enjoy hip hop, people who still enjoy the competitive nature of hip hop don't buy into this message. That is stupid that T.I. is trying to battle rap. This, I think, is disrespectful to the people out there who their main source of rapping is battle rap. Old rappers still trying to battle rap is crazy. It's a crazy statement coming from a rapper. And whether 50 Cent calls himself that these days, this is still what 50 Cent was and what he came up in. You came up in this era of rapping. But, I get it, man. This is what he gonna do. He gonna get on the internet and he gonna do shit like this, man. This right here is a great comment. Not 50 Cent doing the same exact thing he said he was disappointed in J. Cole for doing. Now, while that might be a little bit of a stretch because J. Cole apologized and left, J. Cole actually responded. So we got to give J. Cole that. He responded, but J. Cole actually apologized and then backed out. 50 just didn't respond at all. So I'll leave it to y'all to decide what's the worst, which one's worse. But I think just not responding to somebody calling you out like that is crazy. Maybe this is what he's destined to do, because think about it like this. When you used to listen to 50 Cent disses, right? When he did this rappers, when he did this back, 50 Cent didn't always hit people back lyrically. The bulk of 50's disrespect came at the end when this nigga was talking with the echo. Y'all remember that shit? At the end of the tracks, he would talk and then it would just echo and he would talk all types of shit. That is easy to do. Like, you can get on the end of a verse and just start talking shit. And I think a lot of people just let that go over their heads, but it was so disrespectful that that's what a lot of people paid attention to. You know, 50 used to do that shit all the time. At the end of the track, just start talking shit. It'll be like a good 2 minutes of him talking shit. It'll be a couple bars, a couple things in the actual track, but at the end, he just be talking shit. Maybe that's why Instagram and social media works for him, because all you gotta do is talk shit in the caption. He don't gotta make shit rhyme. He don't gotta do none of that shit. All you gotta do is talk shit. At that point, you could say whatever you want to say. You don't even gotta be creative about it. So maybe that's where he at with this, man. I don't know. It's obvious what the end game in. T.I. mentions 50 over and over about the verses. He knew 50 would respond, and now he's using 50 to revive his career. And this is the part where I say, you know, people gotta be like the 50 Cent fans or the people that are excusing this. You gotta be realistic with yourself, man. You got to be real about this. T.I. didn't just jump up and say, I'm going to use 50 for promo for this album. I mean, T.I. had already dropped that first record with no mention of his single. He was rolling this shit out. It was 50 Cent that felt some type of way about T.I. basically answering a question about the verses. I mean, the man was real about what happened with the verses. They asked him about the verses. He said that, you know, the verses was supposed to happen and 50 backed out. And 50 got mad at that and decided to post his wife. So for y'all to sit here and think like, you know, this is all about a rollout and knowing he will respond and he using them to revive his career, that to me is just a cop-out and it's an excuse. I feel like people always use that. It's always somebody using somebody for their rollout. I mean, y'all did the same thing with Kendrick Lamar, man. All of a sudden, it was Kendrick Lamar needed Drake to revive his career. When you're a fan, sometimes you don't see this shit, man. This shit goes right past you. But, you know, listen, man, it is what it is. Let me know how y'all feel about this coming out. What do y'all think about it? I think at this point, T.I. maybe should just let it go because he just not going to respond. Take the dub. This man ain't going to say nothing. But I do think that 50 is a very petty individual. And even if 50 feels like he losing or he lost, he not going to let the world know that. But he going to try to do something behind the scenes to make himself feel better. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he could do, but y'all know this is the same guy who attempted or whatever he did with Jim Jones' Landlord. This is the same guy that will go and trademark some shit that you own just so he could fuck up the business. Like, he does shit like that, man. And I don't put that past him. If he not gonna rap, best believe he gonna do some shit like that, man. So only time will tell. We gonna see. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. And listen, I want to give a huge shout out to Twitch, man. Twitch, I ain't gonna lie, they almost got me the other night, man. They really showed out for me on Twitch. I just want y'all to know I really appreciate y'all, man. It's a big deal for me to reach my goal on Twitch, and I do appreciate y'all that's rocking with me over there. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't checked us out on Twitch, that's where we go live. We live stream over there, and it's a great community, man. It's good people over there, so come through, you know, hit that sub button, subscribe over there. We got a goal of 500. At 500, I'm gonna try to do something big for the community. Also to the YouTube members, I appreciate y'all too. Y'all helping me grow this channel tremendously. And I couldn't do it without none of y'all. Also, I want to shout out Lareezy, man. Shout out to Lareezy, man, because we did our Rap Radar freestyle reaction, and Lareezy, I commented on Lareezy's layup in the new class rap freestyle, and it was funny as shit.
This verse is just a layup.
But shout out to Lareezy, man. This is why I do content for it, man. To have fun, man. And shout out to Lareezy for being a good sport about it. He came through in the comment section. He said, nah, my layup was ass. And I just wanted Lareezy to know, like, you know, we fuck with you, man. We fuck with the music. We've done a reaction on Lareezy's music before. And when we did that reaction, everybody fuck with your music, man. It's just, you know, the layup was kind of ass, bro. But I'm glad he was a good sport about it. And he could laugh about it, you know, so that was dope, man. And shout out to Ben Riley too, man. Ben Riley also came in here and commented. He said, much love, bro. So shout out to those two guys, man. We also reacted to Ben Riley's music way before the Rap New Class. So this is why I wanted to continue doing, you know, the Who the Fuck Is This segment where we, you know, highlight rappers that deserve the highlights, man. And I'm proud that we were able to do this on a lot of the rappers that are actually on Rap's New Class, the Rap Radar freestyle. So that was dope, man, to see that. But shout out to those two, man. Make sure y'all check out their music, man. Check out Lareezy, check out Ben Riley, check out Marco Plus, check out Marlon Craft, obviously Rayvon in there. Check out all those artists, Nassan, Swavey, my Ruben Vincent. We did one on Ruben Vincent too. We was outside in the field, man. We was outside in the field. So shout out to the people, man. And listen, I appreciate y'all being here on this channel. We got so much more shit to give, so much more content, and I'm glad y'all here with me on the journey. I'm glad y'all rocking with me, man. Shout out to the people. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Goods, BigZoeTV. Let's go.
Fun to do bad things.
Take off the shrug now, take off the dope, take off the broken bag. Take all that goes down, that bullshit off, and what do you have?